Well, as you may know, Emily and I have been struggling since she's been out of work. Well, actually, our problems probably started before she lost her job. They've just gotten a lot worse since then.
I see.
We got ourselves into a bit of trouble when we first bought the house. We knew that we had probably bitten off more than we could chew with the large house and the mortgage that went along with it. But Emily loved it, and we thought that we could handle it. With our two incomes and the good interest rate that the bank gave us, we knew it would be tight, but we thought that we could do it. And for a while, we were scraping by month to month. Then Emily lost her job at the factory, and along with it, our health insurance. So not only did we lose her salary, but I essentially had to take a pay cut at my job to help pay for the insurance for me and the kids.
What? You didn't cover Emily?
Well, now that was her idea. She knew that being a diabetic, it would cost more to cover her, but she didn't want me or the kids to go without it.
But she is diabetic.
Well, she had gotten her health under control lately, so it didn't look like she needed it as badly. Plus, we thought it would just be temporary, just until she got another job. We didn't expect for the economy to fail, making it impossible to find another job.
Well, it wouldn't be impossible for someone who hadn't dropped out of school to get married.
She didn't drop out of school to get married. She dropped out of school to take a job at the factory that was paying a killing at the time.
Oh, yes, you're right. She did drop out of school to take that job. She married you because she was pregnant.
That's not why we got married, and you know it! But it doesn't change the fact that we are married. It also doesn't change the fact that we're mortgaged up to our eyeballs, that Emily doesn't have a job, that our car is about to lose its transmission, that Sarah needs a new pair of glasses, or that we're drowning in hospital bills from the visit that Emily had to make to the emergency room this summer. It doesn't change the fact that we need your help.
So, you're reaping what you've sown. I'm sure this is difficult for the both of you. It's probably the first time you've ever had to face the consequences of your sinful behavior.
Look, you can criticize me or Emily all that you want to. I'm sure in your mind we deserve it. And hey, maybe we do. But please, please think of your two grandchildren.
I am thinking of them and the example that I would be setting if I were to rescue their parents from consequences that were intended to teach them a lesson.
And would that satisfy you? Would it satisfy you to know that your grandchildren may go hungry, and not only that, may be kicked out onto the streets if we don't get help now? Would that make you happy?
I am sure that you are exaggerating. Times are difficult. Everyone's had to cut back. Look at me. I'm living on a fixed income, barely getting by. I get a small check from Medicare and then a little check from my school teacher's pension. It doesn't go up every year like yours does. When gas skyrockets or inflation
Yeah. I'm sure you're barely getting by. But you have no idea how difficult these times are for us. And no, I'm not exaggerating about being kicked out onto the streets. We get calls every single day from people telling us that they want their money. We get calls from the hospital, from the banks, from the utilities, you name it, they're calling us. But that's been going on for a while now. Not that you seem to care. power has been turned off. And as we speak, our water is probably being shut off as well. Emily has used up all of the months of unemployment that she's allowed, and there's no sign of a job anywhere out on the horizon. I'm afraid to go home at night because I'm afraid that the cops are going to be waiting for me there to tell us that we have to get out of our house. We have a car, but it's about to die as it is, and if we tried to sell it, we probably wouldn't get much for it. Plus, it would take away the only way that I've got to get to work as it is. Velma, I know that you can't stand me, and you probably are still mad at Emily for marrying me. But please, please don't let Sarah and Joel suffer for our failures. I'm desperate, Velma. We need your help now.
Well, you're obviously in a bad predicament. And I know it's difficult for you to come to me with your problems. And I hate to think of my two innocent grandchildren having to suffer the consequences of your ineptitude and sin. But the Bible does tell us that the guilty will not go unpunished, even unto the third and fourth generations. But still, for the sake of
all right, I have heard enough. How dare you? How dare you simplify our situation, our lives, to a Bible verse? I don't know what I was thinking. I knew this was a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking coming here, groveling to you for help. You are the Christian here. Doesn't that mean that you're supposed to be nice to people and help your family out and all of that? No. No, you're not a Christian. You are a hypocrite.
How dare you? How dare you come into this house and... Oh! You come in here and you beg me for what little money I have to live on. And then you insult me by calling me a hypocrite? You who have spit in the face of God and now you're thinking of violating the sanctity of marriage by getting a divorce?
Oh, so that's what this is all about. You're mad at me because I'm thinking about divorcing Emily? Well, judge not lest you be judged.
How dare you take a verse out of the Bible and use it however you want?
Isn't that what you do with everyone, especially me, all the time?
No! I use it the way it was intended for people like you, for whom it was intended.
And when does it apply to you, huh? When do you start taking all of those Bible verses that you constantly barrage me with all the time and start applying them to yourself? Where is your love? Where is your kindness? Where is your generosity? Where is your understanding and patience? When do I ever get forgiveness? Instead, you judge me like I'm a filthy, rotten slob. And hey, maybe I am. But what are you? You are a backbiting, mean old woman who inflicts punishment on everyone just to show how good and how righteous you are. You would rather have your own grandchildren starve to death just so that God can impose his wrath on someone that you see as guilty. You would take great pleasure in seeing my misery, even if it means that other people have to suffer for it. Well, I'm through with you, and I'm through with your God. You will never see my face again, and I will never walk through the door of this house. And if you ever come anywhere near my house or close to my children, so help me, I will make you wish that you were dead.